We are just about halfway through our 4th year in this franchise, folks, and we are 3rd place right now in the conference. We have a 5-way battle right now for the 3 seed here in the Western Conference. The Warriors have the 1, the Rockets 5 games back have the 2 as of right now. We are 5.5 games back and the leading team as of this moment for the 3rd seed, with the Spurs, Thunder, Jazz, and Blazers all in the running as well. It is a very tight race here in the West. The top 2 teams are all but secured, but we are 5 games over 500, and we have played very, very well in our last couple of showcase games. These last 2 games have come right down to the final couple of shots, with John Cobb winning it for us against the Nets in our last episode, as he drops only 12 points, but scored over half of that in the final 3 minutes of game time. David Dennis came out firing and just led us for most of that game. And now we're here, approaching the All-Star break in the next couple of weeks. Since last episode, I have spent 13 full hours watching CPU versus CPU gameplay. They aren't perfect yet, but I think our sliders right now are in a pretty good spot. We are really getting somewhere now. I've been writing down stats, writing down scores and field goal attempts, and keeping track of how many threes teams are taking, and trying a bunch of different things out. And I think we are close to finding the perfect set for a realistic experience. It's been pretty good in these showcase games so far. Just want to up the pace a little bit, increase the 3 points being taken a little bit, and then we're pretty much where I want us to be. I think fouls are in a pretty good spot. I think shooting splits are in a very good area. Just a couple of things to tweak, and then we'll be right there. But enough slider talk. Let's dive into the rest of the meat of this season. We still have Mark Williams missing some time with that broken right leg. He should come back in probably about 4 or so weeks. It's usually on the shorter end of those injury durations, but he is out, which leaves playing time at the 5 spot for Kylan Moore, our first overall selection. So he's been starting in that spot, and we have brought in Jarris Walker to be the starting power forward. This team is young, but so far they have proven us correct in expecting a playoff or play-in tournament caliber squad. But with the All-Star game being in Mexico City this season, we're hoping that John Cobb can make a final run these next couple of weeks to earn the first ever All-Star spot in the franchise history. With us being close to the All-Star break, I think it makes sense to watch the final game prior to the All-Star break in Mexico City and face off against the Thunder, who are currently in the running, like I mentioned earlier, to be the 3 seed behind us and the Spurs currently. They, like us, are 5 games over 500. Now, they do have Chet Holmgren, I think, but he is injured as of right now, and it looks like he is going to be out for only a few more days, so we should be seeing him in this matchup if he stays healthy until then, but he's coming off a broken right hand. And one last change prior to simming, guys. I do think, based on what we have seen in these showcase games so far and watching David Dennis play, he's taken quite a bit of these, and I'm pretty sure it's because of pick and roll plays. So I think coming off those screens, top of the key, and not making that pass, we will get some good looks for Connect if we make him a PNR ball handler with that second priority in the playbook. And this will hopefully get him some more looks. We only have 5 mid-range plays in the playbook, so we might want to move that off of Connect as well and see if that will give him some better plays as that 3rd priority. But for now, I think him as a PNR ball handler should get him more open looks, not off ball, but more on ball with the ball in his hands, pulling up behind the arc off of those screens from Moore, Williams, Wiseman, and Jarris Walker. And right after a win against the Grizzlies, plus amidst a pretty nice last couple weeks of basketball, we get Mark Williams back, and I am going to bring him back at the 5 spots. Oh no. Huge injury right after we get Williams back. It comes in a loss against the Spurs. John Cobb has broken his left hand. Now he's going to miss some extended time. I was about to put Williams off the bench just to see if Moore was kind of the reason why we have won so many games these last couple of weeks. But instead, we have to bring somebody else in to carry the reins while Cobb is out. So I guess we'll see if guys like David Dennis and Kylan Moore and Connect and Young can take over as the go-to scorers here after that loss against the Spurs and losing our number one talents. We have 4 out of 6 road games going into the All-Star break against the Hornets, Clippers, Jazz, Timberwolves, Cavs, and Thunder. And we split the first 2 games with Cobb, and now he's back within a week. Not as bad as I thought. I again, don't really know why this is a problem, but I guess we're lucky. Sure. That does bring us, though, to the deadline, and I think I feel pretty good about where we are. I don't want to give anybody away. I think we're really building something here, and I think now is the wrong time in these first 4 years to make a move that could really shake things up. We are 10 games over 500 as of right now, 4 games prior to the All-Star break. I don't think it makes sense to add anybody else to our team, which is already pretty young. We already have a core in place. We are not going to make any offers here. And despite us winning so many games these last several weeks, we have not moved up in the conference standings, and we still have several teams on our tail. But now that the numbers have gone down from 5 teams vying for the 3 spot, and instead it's down to 3. It's still us, the Spurs, and Portland. But we are 8-2 in our last 10 games, and we enter this game against the Thunder, who are 28-24, number 8 right now in the power rankings. We start off with a win against the Knicks, dropping 150 points. 34 for Brunson here in this loss for New York. But Cobb drops 29. Dennis and Jarris Walker, 22 and 10 each. And we shoot 57% in the win. Then we blow out Milwaukee a day or a couple days later behind 47. That's got to be a career high for David Dennis. That is a career and season high for our second-year point guard. Meanwhile, John Cobb stuffs the stat sheet, so does Kylan Moore. And despite 29 from Tyler Hero, we come out on top. Then we go back against New York and beat them again with 48 for John Cobb. That is his career and season high as well. This backcourt has really come into their own this season. We lost by 3 against a pretty bad Suns team, giving up 48 against Shadon Sharp. The Stars come out to play 31, 6, and 9 for Booker, but Durant only goes 5 for 11 shooting. Cobb with back-to-back 40-point games, but this time it comes in a loss. Then we get back on track with a 1-point victory over the Lakers. 23 for Cobb to lead the way with 6 other players in double figures. We blow out the Pacers, who are one of the top Eastern Conference teams, behind 28 for Dennis and 21, 7, and 4 from Dylan Young, one of his best days all year long. So a good win right there will take us into a win against the Raptors, where Cobb and Walker drop 20+, Connect 15, Şengün with 23, but this time we do take down the Raptors. The game prior to losing Cobb, we beat the Grizzlies. 34 for Jackson, 24 for Morant, with 28 for Cobb, with 6 boards, 9 assists. He has been great all year long. We lose against the Spurs in pretty embarrassing fashion, allowing 140, only scoring 105, getting outscored by 20 in the final quarter of play. He really had a chance to come back, but instead a triple-double from Wemby plus 5 blocks. And he carries them to a win alongside Stephon Castle. But now we have won 4 out of our last 5 games, 2 of which we're missing John Cobb. 36 and 12 for Miller, 27, 7 and 7 for LaMelo. But Dennis drops 36, stepping up with Cobb out. Rozier supplies 18 points off the bench. We still lose that game, but then get back on track and have now won 4 in a row, beating the Clippers and Luka Doncic. 22 for Connect and Dylan Young. These small forwards get involved here. Other guys in double figures. You beat the Jazz by 6, just by 24 from Dion York. You get 34 from David Dennis, 16, 6, and 6 for Cobb. I believe that was in his return. 155 against Minnesota. 4 players with 20 or more. So 29 for Cobb and Connect. Dennis with 20, Rozier with 20, 18 for Kylan Moore, who's been a very consistent, like 17, 18 per game score for most of the year. I think his numbers will tell you it's more like 13 or 14 per game on average this year, but you said most of his games have been right around 17, 18 points a game. Despite 25 for Cats, Minnesota falls. And now we're coming off a win against the Cavaliers, where Cobb and Connect played pretty well, shot pretty well. Dennis passed the ball extremely well with 11 assists here in this one. And their backcourt played well, but we came out on top, shooting 40% behind the arc, taking 53s. More than half of our shots in this one came from downtown. But we're still third here in the conference, but we go up from 16th to number 8 in the power rankings in our final game before the All-Star break. I wish I could see who is getting votes outside of the top 10, but right now, Cobb not quite in the top 10 in the Western Conference backcourt voting, but with Ant out and Kyrie perhaps going to miss the All-Star break, Cobb might have a chance to slip in if somebody else gets hurt or if the voters come in with some more voting. But Cobb is not among the West All-Stars this year, but his numbers are better than both Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving. So not sure what's going on there. I know that it usually kind of tries to prioritize players who are a higher overall, and Cobb's only like 83, so I'm not going to manually adjust that, but snubs do happen. That will take us to Oklahoma City, taking on the Thunder at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma. Again, the final game before the All-Star break, which will take place in Mexico City, where our new franchise is currently located. I do plan to add one team to the Eastern Conference going into next year, so expect an expansion draft in our next offseason. I will reveal that team sometime later in this regular season. Here we go. We are officially underway in Oklahoma City, folks. A big game for both teams. I mean, it's a pretty key part of the year. The All-Star break right around the corner. Thunder right now a play-in tournament team. Aztecs right now have the tiebreaker over the Spurs for the 3 seed. Same record, but we have the tiebreaker, and if we lose this game, the Spurs will jump ahead of us, and we will drop down to the 4 spot as Kylan Moore gets the scoring started here on the road. No pitch leaves it for Dortz. His 3 is up and good. Thunder have their first lead and their first bucket. Off-ball screen setting up. Moore's going to keep it himself, working against the smaller Jalen Williams. A double team comes. Connects. Picked up well by Dortz. Has to find a look. There it is off the screen. No good. Moore gets the offensive rebound and finds Dennis top of the key. He will connect. And it's 5-3. Aztecs in front. So Dennis carried a lot of the load when Cobb was out for those couple of games, but is back off of that left hand fracture pretty soon. And is back in the starting 5. That shot is blocked away by Mark Williams, who was also back from that broken right leg he had a couple weeks ago. So we are a fully healthy squad coming in. They are missing Chet Holmgren. Not sure what the injury is as of right now, but he had a broken hand earlier and came back and now got hurt again. Eyeball screen set over the top to Williams with the flush. Screen set by Moore. Dennis hands it off to him. His mid-range jumper won't fall, but Williams able to pull it down. So with Capella in their starting 5, Williams a much taller player. Should have the advantage on the glass in this one, as that pass just got tipped in. That was supposed to be a pass for Williams. It goes off of the back iron and back in. That's insane. Capella the pick. Jonas Alexander fires. That shot's no good. And Kylan Moore pulls it down. So far these last 30 days or so, we have been the third place second chance points team. So a lot of offensive rebounds thanks to Williams and Moore back in our starting 5 full time. That has been a pretty big difference maker amidst this nice win streak and this nice last month of basketball. We've gone from 5 games over 500 to now over about 13 games over 500 as Topic lets it rip. But so far, OKC not very good on their threes. It's dumped inside. Moore spins, but can't lay it in. The Thunder look to push the tempo, and Topic got the roll. Over the top, over Williams, and Moore gonna scoop it right up and in. Blocked under 5. Jonas Alexander given room, but still cannot buy a bucket. Big trying to push the tempo. Good pass out to Dennis. He's open for the trifecta, assisted by Kylan Moore. Downhill, Dort spinning and fouled. It's the first against the big man Mark Williams. Front end will go for Lou Dort. And 2 for 2. And off. Dennis spins. Goes right into some contact. The finish won't go. And Capella pulls down the miss. Downhill again. Stepping back. SGA no good. Capella pulls down the offensive rebound and keeps it alive. Now Jonas Alexander draws out David Dennis. ISO's on him. Fires and is yet to really find his offensive rhythm. Bob looking for his first points. He drives it and got Topic up in the air. Good play. Backdoor cut. Jalen Williams left it short. Moore got back on defense and forced that miss. Isolation for Cobb on Topic, driving and fouled this time. It's the first on OKC. Cobb has been a great free throw shooter, probably one of our best free throw shooters on the team, you would have to think, at just below 90%. He starts 2 for 2 as Jarris Walker makes his first appearance. Cutting down the lane, nearly stolen, and SGA will draw the foul. That one goes against John Cobb. First free throw up and good. SGA very clinical at the line. And he hits both. The screen from Moore. Cobb, a foot inside the arc. That one's going to go. 20 points already for the Aztecs. Thunder falling behind early on here in the opening quarter of play. Now the pass is stolen by Moore. Fast break, Cobb all by himself. He throws it down. Capella, the screen. SGA back to him on the pick and roll. It's left for Cobb. Wide open. He drills it from downtown. Hot start for the offense here. Capella drives and lays it in. What a play that was. Good pass out to Dylan Young. He lobs it, but was not on the same page with David Dennis, who was not ready for the lob attempt. Now it goes the other way. Dumped inside to Capella. Double team comes. He'll fire anyways, and the left hook shot is up and in. Out to Cobb, coasting into a layup, but great defense right there by Capella to make that switch. From downtown, and Topic buries it. Timeout Mexico City. Max Christie now in the game for the first time. He drives and lays it in. Screen sets. Williams fires a foot inside the line. It won't go. Good defense that time by Jarris Walker. Block approaching 0. Connect, given room. The 3 won't drop. Under 90 seconds left to play here. And Williams left alone below the rim. Oh, quick pass up ahead. And Kylan Moore has 8 points here in the opening quarter. They caught their defense off guard and caught me off guard as well. Now under a minute to go. They feed it to Ryan. He lost it. That's going to be Moore's second steal here in the first. Walker going to work. Tough shot. Won't go. Tipped up by Moore and rebounded by Wiggins. Lobbing it for Ryan. A good feed there by Naismith. And it's 24-29. 15 seconds between the shot and game clock here. And now Moore lost the ball, stripped away by Ryan. Up ahead to Topic. He lost it, stolen. Fast break. Moore is fouled. It's not going to be a take foul. It's just going to be a simple shooting foul by Jalen Williams. And the first free throw rattles out. Moore hits the back end. Top of the key. Topic downhill. Blowing by Rozier with the deuce. And that will close the book on the first quarter here. 26-30. Aztecs lead by 4. The second quarter begins. Cobb drives and draws the foul against Smith. Not familiar with him so far in this franchise, but the opening free throw is up and good. Cobb goes 1 for 2, thought he had it. Walker pulls down the missed free throw and fires for 2. Good pass, open look. Topic can't connect from downtown. Nice pass inside. Williams took too long to fire. Gets it back. Rozier misses the second chance 3. We got Young out there right now at the 3. I want to see if we can get him more involved of those cutter plays, which we assigned him to after the Brooklyn game last episode. There's Wiggins. Drawing that foul against Mark Williams. First one is going to go. And the back end is good as well. Hobbs got it. Tough matchup on Dort. And he got the and one. Showing off the strength and finishing through some contact here. Dort can't believe it. 3-point play capped off. They lob it. Back door, and they were not on the same page. Alley-oop success. Not coming easy for both teams as Young has it blocked. Williams can't put it back in. That's tipped away to Dort on the rebound. Topic for 2. Screen sets, pick and roll, and Williams left alone at the rim. Assisted by Cobb. Mark Williams right now a +12, plus minus. He's played most of this first half to this point. Here's Topic attacking the rim and rejected by Williams. He fires up ahead with the pass to Walker, and it's deflected off of his knee out of bounds. Thunder get it back off the block. Hooked away and stolen by Dennis, who's back on the courts. Offense pretty slow for OKC as Walker's fade away won't drop in. Good pass. Left for Topic. Good look. He has yet to find his shooting stroke either. He and SGA off to a slow start. They're their leading scorers on OKC when home grid's not playing. Nice bucket right there from Jarris Walker. Foul comes against Naismith, and the free throw from Walker is good. Williams strives, left it short. Walker right there on him. Great shot contest that time. Nice play. Here's Cobb setting up for a three. That one's not going to go. Double screen set up for Topic into a jumper from downtown. He connects. Pass right to Andrew Wiggins, turned over. Dennis trying to find Dylan Young on a full court pass. Williams behind the back. Back out. Wiggins with room. No good. Wiseman has to reach up and get it on the rebounds. Cobb lobs it for Walker. Screen from Williams. Wiggins whips it inside. Back out. Dort. Good pump fake. The bucket won't count though. Eyeball screen. Dennis downhill. Draws extra defense. And Cobb's wide open. Great pass right there by Dennis. And Cobb's got 18 points. He has been really picking up his offensive pace and his offensive shooting over the course of his fourth year or his third year. And he is on track for another 40-point game here in this one. SGA back out there for OKC. Firing over Cobb, and he got the shooter's touch. That homie has averaged over 26 points per contest, but has been off to a slow start here on the offensive end. Williams somehow missed it, but goes up for the putback flush. It's 48-35 Aztecs. Plenty of offensive rebounds have been one of the big differences here in this one so far. Gilgeous-Alexander rises. This time it's no good. Good pass. Young on the cut. Finally gets the ball and fires. We are now a top 5 passing team. 29 assists per game. 4th in the NBA coming in. That number has gone up every single week so far this year. Now it's Gilgeous-Alexander, who is stripped of the ball by Cobb. Rozier lobs it for Young! Dort just got buried! Double screens off ball. Catch and shoot. 3 on line for SGA. Cobb cuts. Pumps. Back out to Young. Open look. Straight shots. Back iron. It's a good pass, though, by John Cobb. Now they lob it off the backboard. Ryan tracks it down. It stays with OKC. Off the screen, Topic. Out of a shot, finds Ryan. He's picked up. Topic contested. It won't go. Rozier nearly got the buckets. 4th foul against OKC. They are 2 away from putting us in the bonus for the rest of this first half. Now free throws for Rozier. Had a couple of nice schemes off the bench this year. He's been way better than last year, I think. And he ends up going 2 for 2. Dort's top of the key. It rolls around and eventually finds the bottom of the nets. 13-point lead. Connects. Got the lay-in to make it 15. Good screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't lace it. The miss goes to Williams. Good shot from Connect. It's online.
3 points.
Got to get him and Young more involved. So far we have not like greatly involved, but so far it's been better than usual, I'd say. Dortz leaves it at the rim. SGA with the deuce. Good pass, and Cobb just coasting right into a layup. Man, he's been on fire here in this quarter especially. Dort feeds SGA. Straight away a look. and he can't line it up. We lead by 18 points, man. Things have been going great for us offensively so far in this first half. Moore fades away. Left-handed shot won't go. Second chance three. No good. Williams pulls it down. Can we find a good third chance look? Rozier. No good. And this time the board is pulled down by the Thunder. Dort lobs it, and it coasts over the hands of Ryan. The turnover leads to a foul against Williams. That will put us in the bonus here. These last 150 in the quarter. The free throws give Cobb 22. Capella muscles off Williams, then fades. But that shot's not going to go either. We have 27 boards. They have 13. As Walker misses the open pass to Young, who is in the corner. Not even covered for a moment. Now he finds Rozier. Can he get back on track? Yes, he can. SGA behind the arc. Tries again, and this time he connects. But so far, we have been the better team by a country mile. On the glass, shooting-wise, passing-wise. There's Cobb. Open, look. And he drills it in response. Opich. Down the lane. Left inside, and Alexander steps out. Good step back. Cobb creates space. He is on an absolute heater here in the first half. Oh boy, he is going crazy. 72 in the first half. When have you seen this? Absolute insanity from the Aztecs here against a pretty formidable opponent. Again, they're missing one of their best players, but this is just a very different performance that I was ready for. Final shot here in the half. Oh, it's going to be a pass to Williams. He did not get that off in time, but that was a good idea. 72-48 at the break. This game was almost over. Deadline trade right here. The Celtics trade Kawhi Leonard. No, they get Kawhi Leonard and Garuba from the Pelicans for Chris Middleton and Day'Ron Sharpe. That was right before the deadline. Interesting move right there for both teams. So John Cobb gets snubbed in the All-Star voting, and now he has a 28-point game already through a single half of basketball on the road, no less. This man is out for blood. We'll watch a bit more here. He's the first shot of the half, and he picks up right where things left off. Williams calling for it down low. Double team comes. Good pass out. Connects. He's going to have to shoot this. Over Dort. Yes. Good hop step. Good finish from David Dennis. Good pass up to Kylan Moore with the two-handed flush. That's still a 20-plus point lead for the Aztecs here in the third quarter. That's a good pass up to Capella, though. But their offense just can't keep up. Good pass. Cobb blocked, though. He gets it back and hits the shot. No matter what you do, he'll find a way to put the ball in. Cobb drives, spins, lays it in for two here in the fourth quarter. We have shot 52% to their 50%, and Cobb now has 36 points. Just a couple buckets away from getting to 40 for the third straight showcase game. Now he's got a wide open lane, and he's going to have free throws coming up. That's the first against SGA. First free throw drops in, nothing but nylon. On our way to a blowout win here against OKC. Screen sets. Cobb drives, hop steps, tough finish. Left hand off the window. And there's the 40 bomb once again. Imagine what Cobb can do come playoff time or come next season, guys. He's going to be an awesome offensive player to watch. That shot drops in for Topic. But Cobb has been the star of the game once again. Cobb leaves it for Dennis. He's behind the arc. It won't go. Kylan Moore pulls it down and throws it down. Good crossover. Connect. Just blows by Andrew Wiggins. He does not know what hit him. That will get us to 120 here in Oklahoma. And that will do it here on the road, folks. A dominant display by the Aztecs offense puts us over OKC 120-107. John Cobb once again stars in the win. And that will take us into the All-Star break. We're going back to Mexico City for it. Despite 32-8 from Godis Alexander, a lot of that coming in the second half, the Aztecs come out on top with 44-7 from John Cobb, 19-8-3 from Kylan Moore. Those two lead the way. Mark Williams, 17 rebounds here in this one. The Thunder were definitely missing Chet Holmgren a lot here. He put up 92 shots and shoot 50%. 34% from downtown. A lot of those were misses there in the second half, but 21 free throws, 7 more than the Thunder. We controlled the paint, had more fast break points, more second chance points, bench points, assists, you name it. We did it better here in this one. That means we have gone 12-3, 13-3 in the last month of play, starting with that win against Brooklyn on the 10th of the previous month. 13-3 in the last month of play is absolutely insane. That will keep us in third place. But now, I mean, I guess we are still a pretty far ways back from Houston, but they have closed the gap on Golden State for the 1 seed as of right now. But the offense is now up to 120 points per game, which should be like top 3, you would have to assume, with those numbers. We sort by points per game. It's the Rockets, then Jazz, then us. The offense has really come to life as of late. Now we're going to see who appears here in the Rising Stars Challenge. Not going to spend too much time here in this game, but I do want to watch the three-point contest. We'll skip the dunk contest unless we have a guy in there, but I don't think we do. But I do want to see Connect trying to win it in the home city of Mexico City. So, in the Rising Stars game, you've got Kylan Moore starting, David Dennis on the opposite team. So again, it's rookies against sophomores, and Dennis is an all-star guard, or a sophomore guard, I should say, and Moore is a rookie forward who's, I guess, going to play the 3 spot. That's going to be interesting. So we'll just jump in for like maybe half of the first quarter, half of the fourth, see what happens here, because I just want to get a good look at these young stars, this talent here in the NBA. They got Frank Bauer and Jay Stevens and Miller out there as well, as the first bucket will come from Jay Stevens. You got Harrison Sally out there as well, alongside Andrew Lee, who plays for the Jazz, or one of the top scoring teams in the NBA. Then you also got, Kylan Moore against Deion Houston. I guess they're on the same team here. And this one, actually, as Miller drops in a triple from downtown. Fast break. Andrew Lee with the finish over Dennis. Miller lobs it for Houston over the fingertips of Bauer. Screen set by Bauer. Dennis slices inside, rejected by Harrison Sally. The rookie power forward, Miller, coast to coast with the score. Rookies in front early on. Jay Stevens lines one up. He's got 5 with the sophomores, 8 points. They still trail by 6. You can see Dylan Young there on the bench for the rookies. Probably won't see too much of him here in this one because we're not going to stay in for too long as Kylan Moore can't get the roll. And Teague pulls down the miss. Bucket and foul for Teague. Houston called for it. They got Leonard Dennis out there now as well alongside his twin brother, David Dennis, who stays in here after the free throw. It's 16-11. And I want to see Dylan Young touch the ball here and get a chance. Instead, the ball's turned over right to Frank Bauer. Up to Stevens. He lobs it, snatched away by Young, intended for Leonard Dennis. Quick 3 for Sims on the other end is good. Oh, what a play by Sally. He just takes it up the court and finishes through the contact. That's going to go against David Dennis. The free throw is good from Sally. He showed off what he could do against us a couple games back. In fact, last episode, he was pretty solid in the minutes that he got. Can the Twins lead the sophomores back in this game? It's going to be a foul against Sally now. Free throws for Jay Stevens, who's been the best player so far for the sophomores. His free throws are good. Good finish there by Zach Webb. The rookies' offense has just been way better. 24-13 now. They have made 9 of their first 15 shot attempts. And there's our first sighting of Will McBride, who we, again, thought about taking over Dennis in our second NBA draft in this series. That's the first points we have seen him score this entire time since he has joined the NBA. Screen sets. McBride feeds Baldwin with the tough lay-in. Good pass right there, but David Dennis so far has been in since tip-off and has yet to score his first points here. Young gets the feed inside off the cuts and has his first bucket. We jump ahead. Just under half of the quarter left to play, and the rookies still lead. But we finally have a game. Kibu Miller up to 12 points here in this sophomores rookies matchup, with Moore about to come back in for that same team. Young currently out there alongside Sally, Lee, Miller, and Deion Houston. David Dennis back on the courts. He comes off the screen and finally hits the shot. Shot clock under 5. Lob for Young. He throws it up and in off the alley-oop. Assisted by Kibu Miller. Right now, though, Frank Bauer for the sophomores, 1 for 8 shooting. He has been quiet all game long. He sets the screen. Dennis for the triple, rattling in. He's got 5 points here in the fourth. And we have a one-score game on our hands. Can Moore and Young come out on top against David Dennis and the sophomores? Moore's going to cut. Gets the pass and throws it down. Assist to Miller. Moore's got 10 now here in this game. The home Mexico City crowd loves their first overall rookie. 76-81. Dump to Sally. Double team comes. He fades and hits. Miller into a 3. Big one late. That extends the rookies' lead up to 10. And time is running out for these sophomores. It was a great rookie class after all. A lot of great players to choose from. And they're showing you why right here. David Dennis behind the arc with the answer. They go up ahead, and Kylan Moore missed it. Tracks it down, and has it blocked. Third chance, and he just kind of got lucky, but still boxes out and makes the most of that opportunity. Under 2 minutes to go. And the sophomores got to rattle off a couple of triples here to come back in this game. Dennis with 18 here in this one. Mid-range jump shots. Not going to go this time. And one bucket can probably put this game out of reach. Andrew Lee misses the step back, but Moore pulls it down to keep it alive with the rookies. Screen set by Miller. Lee hits the deck. Sally the offensive rebound. The sophomores got to box out. This game's probably over. It's 92-82. The rookies win it here in the 2028 All-Star Rising Stars Challenge. The rookies get 17 points from Kiba Miller, 17 from Dylan Young actually here in this one. So we saw only a handful of those points. And Kylan Moore a double-double in less than 30 minutes played. The rookies take down David Dennis, who leads the sophomores in scoring. Their starting guard duo had their most points by a long shot. But the rookies come out on top. And now it's time for the three-point contest. Probably going to skip the dunk contest unless we have a player in that one. But we do have Dalton Connect here in the three-point shootout. Let's go and see if he can win this one here on our home court. All-Star Weekend 2028, the three-point contests. Connect is the hometown here. Not really hometown, but you know what I mean. He will start in the corner. Now, he only has one shooting badge. Usually, badges make a big difference here. But he's off to a pretty okay start, going 3 for 5 on his money ball rack to open the contest. He might be in trouble here. He's already missed 4 shots. At wing, he goes 2 for 5 and banks in the deep zone shot. Top of the key. Trying to keep the pace up. Has not been consistent. Second deep zone triple. That one's not going to go. Curious how many points he will need to advance to the next round. As he's got 18 here. Final shot from the wing. Not going to go. Got to finish strong here in the corner. First shot, no. Second shot, yes. 1 for 3. 2 for 4. And 22 points with 2.4 seconds left to spare. Next up is Jason Tatum. He will appear in the All-Star game, of course. Just over 27 points per game this season. He starts in the corner. Money ball rack is going to be on which wing? I think it's top of the key, it looks like. He's off to a better start than Connects. He's already got 9. Deep zone triple. Rattles out. Could be a key miss. Top of the key. Starting off 0 for 3. Finally gets one to drop in. Only 2 for 5 on the money ball rack. And he missed both deep zone shots. 13 points here and counting. Connect might actually beat out Tatum here if he can't finish strong. He's got to hit every shot to finish 1 point behind Connect, and can't even do that. Tatum ends up with only 17 points. Now it's Steph Curry who just got the veteran votes, I guess, over Cobb to make the All-Star game when Cobb has better numbers across the board. Shooting-wise, scoring-wise, rebounding-wise, passing-wise, stealing-wise. Literally every single stat Kyle was better in. But he gets snubbed unless he is going to surprisingly appear somehow. And Curry is not off to a great start here. He is now a much older version of himself than we're used to. Top of the key, goes 3 for 5. Deep zone. He has missed both. Even worse than Tatum through the first 3 racks. And he goes 3 for 5 from the wing. In the corner. Trying to finish well, but will finish the most. Or I guess not the most. Under Tatum at 16. Steph Curry. Next up, Mathurin starts with the money ball rack in the right corner. Good starts. 3 for 4. 3 for 5 on the money ball rack is a pretty good job, though, to start things out. Not a very, good three-point contest so far. Plenty of misses for every single player. Nobody's really shown out yet, but Connect is still in first place. First deep zone's no good for Mathurin. Top of the key now. And he goes 3 for 5. Deep zone, no good. Only one has dropped so far, and that was for Connect off of the glass. Mathurin currently trailing behind. Steph Curry needs 16 to tie, 17 to beat him. Has to hit 3 shots. There's one right there. And one more. He has passed Curry and can't pass Tatum. So I think there's one more player left, and it's Devin Booker, I think, is the last guy. He has been the highest scorer of all the contestants here in this one. And he'll be the last guy to go. I guess there's still Anthony Black as the 6th player. So still one guy after him. But Booker starts off 3 for 5. That's been the best rack so far. Nobody's gone 4 for 5 from any rack to this point. Booker, 2 for 5 that time. First deep zone shots won't fall in. That's been a big difference maker for Dalton Connect so far. Top of the key. Booker lines it up. Goes 3 for 5. Deep zone. Not going to go. It's been the toughest shot so far for every player. Now he has a lot of ground to make up here on these last 2 racks. 3 for 4 from the wing. 4 for 5. 15 points with 5 shots left. Money ball rack to end it. First 3 rattle out. One drops in, and he is going to finish pretty poorly. Connect easily in first place with a 22-point performance. Could Anthony Black get over 17 to get second place here in the first round? He starts off 1 for 2, 1 for 3, and gets the last 2 to drop in. Money ball rack from the wing. He splits the first 2 shots, gets back on track, and goes 2 for 5 on the money ball. Deep zone triple, no good. Still only one of those has dropped in. Anthony Black, straight away. 1 for 3. 2 for 5, actually. In total, deep zone finally goes. From the wing. Probably won't get 22, but can at least get close. With 5 shots left. He's already tied Tatum and Booker and Mathurin as well. Black with 19. So he does secure second place. Not sure of the format here, but I guess it's just everyone goes twice. And whoever has the most combined wins. This still says first round. What's going on here? But Tatum's going first. This is the second round, not the first. I'm not sure why that UI is bugged, but regardless, Tatum starts off 4 for 5 in the corner. Great starts. Has missed the first 3 from the wing. First 4, rather. And does get the money ball to drop in. Top of the key. Up to 8 points. Adding to it. And out of time. So time is cut in half, it looks like. Tatum gets 11. But that hot start is pretty key. Now, is there a money ball rack in round 2? There is. So wherever you place that, better place it on the first 3 racks you would have to think to be able to get those shots off in time. Mathurin starts off 3 for 5. Money ball rack from the wing. This could give him the advantage over Tatum, who had 11 points. Mathurin's got 6. Money ball, no good. He goes 1 for 5 on the money ball rack, but hits the deep zone. Big shot. And 1 shot away from tying. He's not going to make it. He gets 10. Devin Booker will not use the money ball rack. They got to fix the AI here, because why would you not put the money ball rack on the first 3? Whoever has that and makes those is going to win regardless of the score, or of the round score, because they just have it in the ideal position. Good rack right there for Booker. Misses the deep zone. But it's 2 shots from beating Tatum, or tying Tatum. But now he misses last several shots. Horrible ending for Booker. Now he's last place. Just completely choked that. So that was the tiebreaker, it looks like. What is going on here? I'm confused by the 4-bet, I'm not gonna lie. Final rounds. Is Connect gonna be involved? I guess that was the tiebreaker to see who makes it as the 3rd guy. Maybe that's how it works. So Tatum ends up beating out Booker and Mathurin for that 3rd spot. After Tatum, we'll probably see Black go, then Connect here in the final rounds. Deep zone does not go. Tatum has 8, adding to it. Top of the key. You get a full round here. So that was just for the tiebreaker, was the 30 seconds to shoot. He's got 10 with 2 racks left to go. Starts off 2 for 2 from the wing. And does not finish strong at all. 1 rack left. 1 for 2. 1 for 3. 1 shot left. Tatum only 15 points. Now it's going to be Anthony Black up next. Starting off 1 for 1. Black in the corner. Nice start. 3 for 5 with the money ball dropping in. Now the money ball rack up next from the wing. And he goes 3 for 5. He's already got 10. Deep zone rattles out for him. Top of the key, trying to square himself up, get back in rhythm. It's the 4th ball to go. Finishes strong there. He said every 4th shot or 5th shot from every rack so far. 1 bucket away from tying Tatum. There it is. 1 more to beat him out. He does just that here in the final rounds. So Connect will have to beat a score of 19 to win, it looks like. And he's going to be the final player to go here in this 3-point contest. Dalton Connect. Can he give Mexico City a player to root for? He starts off with the money ball, 0 for 1. 1 for 2. 1 for 3. Splitting his first 4 and missing the final shots. From the wing. Gotta get in rhythm here. 0 for 2 on this rack. Gets that one to drop in. 2 in a row. And the money ball included. Deep zone. Not gonna go. He has made 1 of the only 3 made so far. Top of the key. He's got 10. Money ball shots. No good. Tough rack right there. He's got to get in rhythm here and finish strong. Last 2 racks. You got to finish hot, buddy. Black had 19. Needs at least that much to win, I think. Or might need more. He's got to finish perfectly pretty much. First one goes. Second one won't. Has to hit every shot. He's not going to win. And Anthony Black is going to come out on top in the three-point contests. Man, that sucks. Anthony Black's your winner. Connect comes in second place in a tie.
Thank you for coming out and supporting your team. Please take care to get home safely.
Well, we're going to have a second chance, actually, because Dylan Young has made the dunk contest. I was not ready for that. So we had Connect to get second place in a tie, and now Dylan Young, a chance to really get us some kind of victory here at home. Dylan Young first up. I think it's the same, two dunk format. Whoever gets the most combined wins, I think. His first dunk is pretty basic. Cool celebration, I guess, man. I'm not really sure what to make of that. So, standard dunk. We'll see what score he ends up getting. It's going to be... Come on now. A 38 dunk score, okay. Next up, you got Matas Buzelis. What does he do? He missed it! How do you miss that? Big mistake by Buzelis. Just a simple one, and he says, no. I mean, sure, I guess. You missed the first one, bud. 35, so Dylan Young right now in first place. Next up, Gabe Hayes of the Magic. What can he show here? From the left corner. There's no way that one gets over like 30, right? There's just no way. That was just a simple cockback. Even worse than Young's and Buzelis. Yep, 30. I think that's about right. Now your final contestant, Asar Thompson of the Detroit Pistons. He comes in averaging a double-double with points and rebounds. And that's the best one so far, easily. Best one so far. Do the judges agree? They do. 47 might be a bit high, but that was a damn good dunk right there. Easily first place. And Dylan Young right now in second, but there is a big gap between him and first. And he is next up with his second dunk. And, oh, he missed it. That would have been really cool. No. Try it again. He's got 2 more attempts. I guess that's okay. The crowd loves it, though. They want the hometown kid to win. But only a 31 dunk score. It's over unless Asar Thompson royally screws this up. Buzelis, after a 35, missed another one. This guy reeks. Second try, has to track down the ball. Quiet here. Oh! That was really good, though. That was better than his first idea. And he gets a 47. What about the miss? Are we being serious here? Young's got no chance. He's lost. Gabe Hayes at 30. Just a horrible attempt in his first try. That's not bad, but it's not that great either. And they're going to give Hayes a 37. Asar Thompson has all but secured the win here. And, I mean, he just ends on the laziest dunk ever. What the hell is that? Nothing special. 33, did he just choke that away? Did Buzelis just win? Buzelis just beat him out. Thompson sold. So the Aztecs lose out on the three-point contest, the slam dunk contest. I don't think we have anybody in the All-Star game. Man, really unfortunate sequence here in the All-Star break, but you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. I think next year's going to be a lot better, especially with Cobb likely being, hopefully, an All-Star talent next year. I would have to think. Let's go see if anybody's going to be on the bench here. Yeah, looks like Frank Bauer made it, but nobody for us. Steph Curry on the bench. Kuminga, Scoot Henderson, and John Morant. Obviously, nobody's starting for us. And these are the East bench players. Man, that was an unfulfilling All-Star break, to say the very least. And the East All-Stars beat the West All-Stars 93-107. Kind of low scoring compared to what you're kind of used to. And Halliburton ends up winning the All-Star MVP for, I believe, the first time in his career. And now we are on the other side of the All-Star break. How about the Aztecs, though, man? Still third place in the conference. A ways back from Houston, but we are on a tear. 13-3 over the last month of play. We are the hottest we have ever been in this series to this point. Now, can we finish the year strong? Probably got about 3 episodes left to close out year 4 and get ready for a very likely playoff appearance. That will do it here in this one, guys. Please like the video, subscribe, leave your feedback down below. I will see y'all in the next one as we approach the last third of the season. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.